Hello everyone, how are we all doing? Welcome back to Premier League Dad. My name is Key. We are live for Arsenal against Fulham. Come on the Cottagers. Come on, this is it. Fast start. This is what we want. We need Fulham to do what Bournemouth did to these lads just a couple of weeks ago. Can they do it? That's the question. Listen, Fulham are going very, very strong in the Premier League recently, and they still have an outside chance of not only European football, but maybe even still Champions League football, depending on what happens with Aston Villa, both in terms of their league position and if they were to win the Europa League. So Champions League is still infinitely possible for Fulham, but they're going to have to start picking up points on the road, and they beat Aston Villa themselves last week. Surprise. But if they were to win today, they actually go level on points with Brentford, who've just won today. Brighton getting beat by Newcastle, Brentford beat West Ham, and Brentford would now be level on points with Fulham. Yeah, I think Brentford would be ahead on goal difference, wouldn't they? So, yeah, Fulham, huge chance. If they were to get a win here, massive. Even a point would take them above Chelsea. Come on, Fulham. Jellyfish, how's it going? Finners, Matty, Sarah, Tom. Lovely to see everyone in the chat. How you doing? Chimey, come on, Fulham. Fulham are in form. Arsenal are off it. Fulham very much in form. Yes, they've got one defeat in their last 5. That was against Liverpool at Anfield. But they have beaten Burnley, beaten Aston Villa. They drew away at Brentford and they drew away at Forest. So difficult side to beat. Also very difficult side to score against. No team. They've not conceded in their last 2 games. Brentford away and Aston Villa at home didn't manage to put a goal past Fulham. So that's important to note, isn't it? Very, very important to note. And with 20 minutes to kick off, there's also some surprises in the lineup tonight. Bukayo Saka comes back in. Miles Lewis-Skelly starting in midfield. What do we make of that, Arsenal fans? What are we making of that? Miles Lewis-Skelly starting. I'm not sure, you know. I'm really not sure. Still not sure on Miles Lewis-Skelly, to be honest, generally as a player. I think he's a bit of a mixed bag. He's... Bradley, who did you say is level on points? Was it Brighton? No, Brentford. If Fulham were to win today, they would be level on points with Brentford. Chris Slater, Arsenal have a tough run for me. It looks so... Looks so like so many London derbies. Yeah, they have got a fair few difficult games. West Ham away now looks like a really, really tough one, doesn't it? Really tough one. Given West Ham's demise today against Brentford. Adam says Fulham have to go for the win, and that plays into Arteta's hands. Now, surely it's the opposite way around. Arteta has to go for the win. They have to win today, and that plays into Fulham's hands, I think, especially when you look at the pace that Fulham have on the counter-attack. Chukwueze is a player that can definitely hurt Arsenal on the counter. And he's up against Ben White as well. Ben White has looked very vulnerable recently. So let's have a go through the lineups. They are on my left-hand side. You're right as you're looking at me. Just over here, you'll be able to see Arsenal and Fulham lineups, as well as the league table, which is just coming up on screen now as well. David Raya in goal. Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel. Calafiori comes back in as well. And then it's Rice and Lewis-Skelly sitting in front of that defence. Eze is in the 10. Trossard off the left, Saka off the right, which will just narrow the pitch up a little bit. I do wonder whether or not that's going to be enough for Arsenal to really keep the pitch wide. It actually might end up being more of it. If Arsenal do score today, probably will end up being from a set piece, because the pitch is going to be very, very narrow with Trossard and Saka. And they've not really got wing-backs either. Calafiori and White are not players who naturally give width, are they? So, yeah, Eze, Saka, Trossard, just behind Victor Gyökeres. And then for Fulham, it is Leno in goal, Anthony Robinson, Bassi, Anderson and Castagna. Both Robinson and Castagna can get forward quite well, can't they? They've got pace. Reed and Lukic sitting in front of the defence. Smith Rowe, former Arsenal player, in the 10. I wonder how much he might want to prove a point against Arsenal today. Chukwueze off the left. Harry Wilson off the right. Ex-Liverpool. Harry Wilson's having a great season. For me, would be in the team of the year. And if Fulham make Europe, might even be a shout for player of the year. I think he's been fantastic. And then Raul Jimenez at centre forward. It's a very funny old season, this one, and we're in a position now where going into the final few games, both Fulham, Brentford, and maybe even you look at Fulham, Brentford, Brighton, Bournemouth, all have a very, very reasonable chance of European football. And maybe even Champions League football. I guess we'll have to see. Fulham will be going for a win and that European place. They will, but they also know that if you look at Fulham's final 3 games, final 4, this is the hardest game that Fulham have in the final 4. They play Bournemouth at Craven Cottage next week. They'll fancy the chances in that one. They play Wolves at Molineux the week after. They'll fancy their chances in that one. And then they've got Newcastle at home, and Newcastle won't have anything left to play for by that point. So, Fulham-Newcastle final day. I mean, I'll be honest, I think Fulham might look at this and think, if we get a point here, not a bad result. I think we can go and hurt Arsenal, but I think if we can get a point, this is a very, very decent result. Welsh ring, good day everyone. I'm putting a 6-1 on that Key will say, ref, that's never had a pen and a red. He dived. 2-footed challenge committed by a Fulham defender which breaks Gyökeres's legs. Well, I mean, listen, that's is that all you got? 6-1. Is that all you got? 6-1 for that. Liverpool are getting battered tomorrow, says David. Nah, not happening. Not happening. Jack says Miles Lewis Skelly can play left back, Calafiori can play centre back. This isn't a 4-3-3, it's a 5-2-3. So why on earth would Arsenal be playing a 5-2-3? That doesn't make any sense to me. Makes 0 sense to me. Ethan, how's it going? Oliver, what do you reckon for the derby tomorrow, mate? I think Liverpool win 2-1. Yeah, I fancy our chances. Roderick Jr., an Arsenal loss will be the cherry on my weekend. Well, let's hope they give it to you, mate. Let's hope we get that. I'm rooting for it as well. An Arsenal defeat today, a Liverpool win tomorrow, and an Everton defeat on Monday. Another perfect weekend on Premier League, Dad. Let's go for it. Right, so, should we do a little pre-game quiz? Little pre-match quiz, what are we thinking? Little pre-match quiz, should we do it? Why not? Can you name for me the top 20? I've got this jotted down, given that there is a tenuous Nigeria link with both of these sides. Both Arsenal and Fulham have got a link to the Nigerian national side. So, can you name for me the top 20 Nigerian Premier League appearance holders? The Premier League appearance holders with the most... Yeah, I was going to say the most... The most Nigerian Premier League appearance... No. The most appearance holders in the Premier League who are also Nigerian. B Snow, this is the first time I've watched the lower leagues a bit. Absolute madness on the final weekend. My brain hurts trying to keep up. It's so good, innit? It's so good. Iwobi, says Carwin, Edwards and Kanu. Yes, Iwobi is first. Kanu is third. Iheanacho says Welshwing. Iheanacho is 10th. Adam says Anichebe. Victor Anichebe is 9th. JJ Okocha says Liam. JJ Okocha is 14th. Chimey says Obafemi Martins. He's 18th. Ndidi. Wilfred Ndidi says Liam Vernon. Ndidi is 8th. Shola Amiobi says Adam. He's 2nd. Nathan says Yobo. Joey Yobo 6th. Victor Moses. Good shout. BBSSBB. Victor Moses is 7th. Yeah, Ndidi is there. Ndidi is 8th. Anachibi's 9th. Moses is 7th. Yobo's 6th. Kanu, Amiobi, and Iwobi are the top 3. Igalo. No, not Igalo. Not Igalo. Chukwueze. No. Chukwueze's not quite there yet. Maybe in time he will be. John Obi Mikel says Hiller. Yes. Obi Mikel is there. He is 5th. Ahmed Musa. No. Former Leicester striker Ahmed Musa is not quite there. Ekuku. Yes. Efen Akoku. Efen Akoku it is, isn't it? Efen Akoku. Essien is Ghanaian, Chimey. BBSSBB. Yes, Yakubu's there. Yakubu is 4th. So you've got the top 10 now. The top 10 was Iwobi, Amiobi, Kanu, Yakubu, John Obi Mikel, Yobo, Moses, and Didi, Anichibi, Iheanacho is your top 10. Keep them coming. The top 20 Nigerian Premier League appearance holders. We've got Kanu, we've got Anichibi. Taiwo Awoni, yes, Awoni is there. He's 20th, just sneaks in. And Calvin Bassey, who starts today for Fulham. Good shout, Liam. Yeah, Calvin Bassey is 19th. You've got 5 left to get, sorry. 5 left to get. Chuba Akpom. No, not Chuba Akpom. You'll know every single one of them. One of them is currently playing in the Premier League. Not Emmanuel Dennis, no. Ola Aina, there you go, Nathan. Aina's got it. It's 16th, Ola Aina. Not Emmanuel Dennis. Odemwingie, Jellyfish, yeah. Peter Odemwingie, now found on TikTok, strumming his guitar. Peter Odemwingie, famous for his transfer deadline day, hanging out the car, driving down to QPR, because he wanted the... That was a rhyme there, wasn't it? Yeah, wanted to move to QPR, didn't he? Or was it because he wanted to move to West Brom? I always forget that. Was he a QPR player and he wanted to move to West Brom, or was he a West Brom player and he wanted to move to QPR? I can't remember. Celestine Babayaro, yes, Adam. Celestine Babayaro is 11th. Not Paul Onuachu, no. Adamola Lookman, yes. Adamola Lookman is 17th. Not Joe Aribo. We've got Yakubu, not John Utaka. So the ones we've got, here we go. You've got, you've only got 1 left to get. You've only got 1 left to get. So you've got 19 out of 20. I'll give you the 20, the 19 that we've got so far. So, 20 is Taiwo Awoni. 19 is Calvin Bassey. 18, Obafemi Martins. 17, Adamola Lookman. 16, Olaina. 14 is JJ Okocha. 13 is Peter Odemwingie. 12, Efan Ikoku. 11th, Celestine Babayaro. 10th, Iheanacho. 9th, Anichibi. 8th, Ndidi. 7th, Victor Moses. 6th, Yobo. 5th is John Obi Mikel. 4th, Yakubu. 3rd is Nwankwo Kanu. 2nd is Shola Amiobi. And 1st is Alex Iwobi. Not Aribo, not Igalo, and not Success. No. It's Atuhu, yes. Dixon Atuhu is the final name. He is 15th in the list. Dixon Atuhu. So there you go. That was the top 20 Nigerians in the Premier League. And there was a slight tenuous link given that we've got Nwankwo Kanu in there. We've got Alex Iwobi, who's played for both of these sides. We've got Calvin Bassey, who starts today. So, yeah, both teams have had a Nigerian connection, haven't they? And Ty, of course, Ty, the famous Arsenal fan, is Nigerian origins. He's talked about quite a bit. Javinho is Ivory Coast, but there you go. That's a little pre-match quiz. We'll do another one at half time. I mean, maybe Welshwing's got a great one at half time. I don't know. I won't hold you to it, mate. If you've got one, great. If not, I've got another quiz at half time. We've got 8 minutes to kick off. So far, the chat seems to be leaning in favour of Arsenal to win this one. 58% of you have voted Arsenal to win. 16% say draw. 26% are saying a Fulham win. If you haven't yet, get your votes in the poll and we can make a decision on who we think's gonna win this one. BBSSBB, do you think Arsenal are going to bottle it today? I think they could draw. I think a draw is, infinitely possible. Fulham are playing really well. They're very difficult to score against. I think a 0-0 is possible. I think it's going to be low scoring. I'll say that. I think either Arsenal win 1-0 or it's a 0-0 or maybe a 1-1 at a push. But I can't see there being any more than 2 goals in the game. I would be astonished, quite frankly, if there's more than 2 goals in the game. Arsenal to win 3-0, says Nathan. City of Northville, will Osimhen come to the Prem for next season? If so, where is he most likely to end up? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think Osimhen's quite settled, isn't he, in Turkey. He's making an absolute fortune there. I'm not sure which Premier League sides really need him, if I'm dead honest. He's a good player, I just don't think there's too many clubs that would pay a fortune to get him out of Galatasaray. He's getting on a bit as well now. He's not a spring chicken. He's not in his, early or mid-20s. He's a late 20s guy, and I'm sure he's 27, 28, getting on. Welshwing perhaps will do end of the season special though via the help of Ask Gemini on YouTube videos now. I'm researching players Key has slagged off the most this season. Ah, that's a long old list. That is a very long list. Evening 3-star, how's it going? Another successful afternoon for Forest without a ball being kicked. Yeah, West Ham getting a beating. It's a very, very successful day for Forest, isn't it? Is Gyökeres getting a shot on target, boss? No. He doesn't get too many touches, let alone a shot on target. So no, I don't think he's going to get a shot on target. I don't think so anyway. Jaden Morris, here we go. Why do you hate Arsenal so much? The eternal question I get asked every game. I don't hate Arsenal at all, mate. Don't hate Arsenal at all. You wouldn't believe it if I told you, but I can only tell you what I truly believe. What's in my heart, and that is that I don't hate Arsenal. I just don't want you to win the league, and that doesn't mean that I hate Arsenal. It just means I don't want you to win the league. That's it. That's it. I don't want Arsenal to win the league. I would rather City win it. Let's say that. I don't even want City to win the league. I'd just rather City win the league. And for that reason, I hope Arsenal get beat. Gareth says, Key, do you dislike Arsenal? No, I don't dislike Arsenal. No, I quite like Arsenal. As a club, I quite like a lot of the players. I just don't like Mikel Arteta. And I don't like the way they play. And I don't think that should be a Premier League champion style, philosophy, whatever. And it's not anything that's like, wow, I can't believe you're saying this. Like, again, all Arsenal legends are saying the exact same thing. Ian Wright, who is the most positive Arsenal legend, is saying, I hate the way we play. I absolutely hate the way we play. If Ian Wright's saying it, why is it so outrageous that I say it? City of Northville, you don't have to like him, but you can't deny the talent. Who? Mikel Arteta. 6 years, $1 billion spent. F all one. Yeah, it's talent, all right. Jay Cartman, evening all. How are we? Ready for a Fulham win this evening? Let's hope so. Let's hope so, Jay. Mikel plays more exciting and better football than Slot, though. No, he doesn't. No, he plays more effective football than Slot, and I think that's because of the fact that he doesn't take any chances. He also has better players than Arne Slot. So yeah, that's why he's ahead. It's nothing to do with playing exceptional football, just more effective football. That doesn't mean good, high, attractive, quality football. City of Northville, no one was speaking of how much you disrespect Bruno. It's not disrespectful. It's not disrespectful to say that Bruno's not a player of the year. That's all. Again, that feels like the very same sort of leap that these Arsenal fans are making. Why do you hate Arsenal? I don't hate Arsenal. I just don't want you to win the league. Why do you hate Bruno? I don't hate Bruno. I just don't think he should be player of the year. I mean, I do probably hate Bruno a little bit more. He's United captain. Yeah, I do hate Bruno a little bit more. Arteta will be known as the Bottle King, says Jellyfish Welshwing. He doesn't like Arteta because he's a blue and white shite. That's it. Yeah, he's not only an Arsenal manager that plays the worst style of football known to man, he's also an ex-blue. He's an ex-blue nose. Years on top. I mean, Slot spent 500 million to be worse than he was last year. He won the Prem with Klopp players. Yeah, which is the opinion held by all truly, truly foolish football fans, isn't it? I don't think any football fan out there with even just a cell of incompetence in their brain would argue that Arne Slot has not been hard done to this season. It's madness. Absolute madness. The guy's going to get third, maybe. If he wins tomorrow, we'll be third. And that's an achievement, believe me, after what Arne Slot's had to deal with this season. B Snow says, do you think Bruno should at least be in the conversation for Player of the Year? I mean, he could be in the conversation for it if it really matters to him. Like, yeah, put him in the conversation. I personally wouldn't have him. I genuinely believe Harry Wilson is a better shout for Player of the Year than Bruno Fernandes, and I would have Antoine Semenyo up there as well. I would have Gabriel from Arsenal. Honestly, I'd have Nico O'Reilly. I think Nico O'Reilly's been incredible as well. I think Nico O'Reilly's got to win Young Player of the Year, and I genuinely would give him. If City win the league title, I'd give Nico O'Reilly Player of the Year as well, because he's played the most games for Man City. He has to win Young Player of the Year. That's a certainty. Get your mortgage on that. City of Northfield, yeah, but come on, swapping Mount for Bruno and they'd be in the same place. I think if you put Mount in for Bruno, United would be broadly in a similar... Maybe they wouldn't be as good. I'm not saying Bruno's a bad player or anything. He's better than Mount. But I would say that if you put Bruno in Saudi Arabia, where United were trying to sell him to last year, and Mason Mount started every game this year for United, I think United would maybe be fifth or sixth. Wouldn't be a gross difference between where they are. Right, here we go. 20 seconds in. Excellent. Right, we're off and underway. Welshwing, is it fair to say he won with the Klopp side and also been let down by the board this year, but next season no excuses? No, I don't think it's fair to say he won it with a Klopp side as a dig, because no other manager has done what Arne Slot's done. I don't want to make this about Arne Slot, but I think when people say that, I just think you're just truly stupid. I've got to say, I feel like whenever people use that as a dig to have a go at Arne Slot, I'm like, what are you on about? How are you having a go at him for coming in, spending zero money? Jurgen Klopp finished third with that team. He came in, took over a side that finished third. Zero money spent and pissed the league. Not just won it, pissed it. It was wrapped up by Christmas. We were done. We was on holiday in March. Literally on holiday. It's crazy. The guy did an absolute wonderful job last year. And then we had the tragedy of the summer. We've had our two centre-forwards get freak long-term injuries. Both our right-backs freak long-term injuries. We've got our third-choice goalkeeper in net. Our new centre-back got an ACL on his debut. I mean, it's just never... Mo Salah's fallen off a cliff. Like, it's just never ending. Absolutely never ending. Here we go. Fulham. Wonderful play that by Fulham to get out. Arsenal pressing early. Here's Lewis Skelly. Trossard. Strike across the face of goal and out. Thing is, I wouldn't want Bruno, cause as much as I want shithouses, he's not a shithouse, he's a whiner. He is, yeah, exactly. Throws his arms up, has a bit of a whinge, forever just moaning. Fremo, can't blame injuries. Everton have had plenty. Listen, Everton have absolutely... I'm not saying Liverpool are the only side to have injuries. I'm saying that our injuries have all been concentrated in one area of the pitch. Two positions, right back and centre forward, and centre back to some degree. But yeah, when you're down to your third choice goalkeeper, let us know, mate. When you're playing Freddie Woodman against Everton away and United away, then, you know, the two biggest games of the season. Welshwing, oh my God, the difference in Lewis Skelly in midfield already. Zubamendi never presses that high. I think the opposition, the contra review to that, though, is that what's going to happen the other way. Lewis Skelly's a little bit more vulnerable going back the other way, isn't he? So yes, I agree, maybe he does offer a little bit more in terms of pressing. He's a little bit more forward thinking, but I just wonder whether Lewis Skelly's going to have the game that you think he might. If he's that deep, I think he might get caught out. Here's Chukwueze against Ben White, isolated. Chukwueze's got the ball in. Cleared behind. Oh no, it's a throw in. That's better. Come on, Fulham. At least you have a striker. We have Barry. Tierno Barry's sound, mate. He'll be cracking next year. Here's Smith Rowe in the area. Ball cleared away by Arsenal. Fulham still pressing. Eze. Oh, Eze gives the ball away. No, he's gone next year. Defo, we lost the fans. I think that's the thing, right? The Everton fans aren't even punishing the guy for his actual on-field performances. Like, they're using that as a stick to beat him with because they don't like what he did against Arsenal. That's all it is. That is all it is. It's nothing to do with him. If Tierno Barry had kissed the badge and hadn't had the Arsenal incident, if he'd have just kissed the badge at some point, I absolutely guarantee every single Everton fan would be like, yeah, well, it's his first year. He's young, He's pretty raw. Like, it's going to take a year or two for him to kind of adapt and catch up to the Premier League. He was playing in the French 5th division 3 or 4 years ago. So, like, he's stepped up every single year, and this is the first time where he's really reached the highest level. Like, it's a bit of a difficult one for Tierno Barry to immediately just step up and breeze into the Premier League. He's terrible, though. He doesn't press whatsoever. I mean, I don't know if pressing's necessarily what David Moyes wants from a centre-forward. Again, I don't think, David Moyes is not necessarily the best manager at handling young players anyway, is he? Look at the way he's treated Tyler Diblin. Look at the way he's treated Tyrick George. Young players generally don't thrive under David Moyes. He won't even give Braden Graham a game, will he? City of North Hill, God, Bruno has to get the record tomorrow. That would be so thoroughly good. And I don't even know. Tottenham aren't being relegated, and we are going to bottle it. West Ham had one job. I think West Ham are going to... Yeah, I think West Ham might get pulled into it now, because I do think Spurs managed to get a result against Villa. Prince Rupert, have you seen Barry play the last 2 games, Key? He looks like he's down tools. I've seen him. When you say the last 2 games, you're talking specifically about Liverpool when he came off the bench against Liverpool. Again, not the easiest game, when Everton weren't exactly giving him a load of stuff to thrive off. Here's Trossard, Eze, Rice, Tyrick George, Tyler Diblin, Braden Graham, Merlin Roll, Charlie Alcaraz, the list goes on, Key. No, like, that's it. Merlin Roll barely got a kick. Like, you give David Moyes talented young players. He very rarely uses them. Look how Moyes handled Zaha too. Exactly. It's a long track record David Moyes has with young players. I think he wants, and there's nothing wrong with having a high standard for appearing in his team, but he really doesn't want to take chances with players. I don't even know says, I think Lewis Skelly is an inexperienced child who plays with passion and no IQ. That's a bold claim. Zubamendi not looking too happy on the bench there. And Fremo, he's our player next season though, Merlin Roll. Like I said, I don't think pressing is necessarily the answer. Tierno Barry's... I think people get too wound up with the whole pressing thing. Teams don't really press anywhere near as much as they used to. Manchester City and Arsenal don't press anywhere near as much. I think Spurs, we said this not that long ago. I don't know if this data is still 100% accurate, but about 2 or 3 weeks back, the 3rd most successful presses in the league were Tottenham Hotspur, and the 3rd from bottom. Pressing is not the be-all and end-all. Teams are standing off now. Teams are standing off and accepting that you're gonna have to try and play through us, and then winning the second balls. That tends to be how it's working. That's how managers seem to be going nowadays. Prince Rupert, yeah, the Liverpool game, and while I didn't see the West Ham game myself, from what I've heard, he was just as bad. Do you not think it's a bit of confirmation bias though, Rupert? Like, I just feel like, because of what happened in the Arsenal game, because of the whole fans stuff and what he said after it and whatever, like, it feels like after that, Everton fans are looking for any reason to force him out the club. And once the fans turn on you like that, there's not really a lot down for you. But I do think he's a really talented young player. You'd be silly to let him go. He's 30 million quid you've spent. You're not going to get anywhere near that sort of money back. You might as well keep him. Saka! Unbelievable from Saka. That's a great goal. That is a great goal from Arsenal. That is Bukayo Saka at his best. That's the first time. That is genuinely the first time I've seen Bukayo Saka do that all season. The guy's just absolutely sat the Fulham defender on his backside. Absolutely unbelievable ball. I mean, obviously, of course it's Gyökeres there with a tap-in. It's where all good centre-forwards should be. However, an element of fortune for Gyökeres. It's another goal to add to his tally. But listen, hey, you can't knock Bukayo Saka here. It's a great ball out to him. Stands off the foot. Look at the state of this. Oh, do you know what? He loses his footing. He's onside. There's nothing wrong with that. Great play from Saka. 1-0. I thought we'd get a little bit more. Thought we'd get a bit more life out of this from Fulham. Come on, Fulham. Wake up. Wake up. Ball in. Gyökeres there with a tap in. Do you know what? They switch off. They've switched off, Fulham. They've totally switched off. Come on. Come on. Absolutely broke his ankles. He did. He did. He absolutely broke his ankles there. Great play from Saka. Jabba, I'd sell almost any player for 100 million quid. Of course you would, yeah. Don't think there's too many you wouldn't sell for 100 million. Too much space for Gyökeres. I mean, they just didn't read the cross. Fulham just switched off there defensively. I thought Saka... I mean, Saka did really well. You can't discredit that, but the Fulham defender lost his footing. You can see that he had a bit of a slip. And now Fulham have got to come out, right? Fulham have got to make a game of this. They've got to start being a bit more front foot. The whole game plan changes now. The whole game plan changes from this moment on. Here's Eze. That's not a foul, ref. That's not a foul. Come on, Fulham. Come on, Fulham. Bassey. I don't even know, and people say Saka shouldn't play for England. I mean, do you think you might be getting a bit carried away with that? It's the first time he's done anything of note this season. I think Saka should go to the World Cup, but I don't think he should start. I don't think he should start. I think Bukayo Saka's been very much a mixed bag this season. Did he slip, or was he turned inside out of his clothes by Saka's move? Maybe an element of both. I did give credit, to be fair. I did say immediately, didn't I, that it was a very good goal. Did really, really well there, Saka. Nice money maker, that goal. Yok, shot on target, goal in the first half. Nice, well done, mate. Garav, hello, Key. How are you doing? I am very good, sir. How are you? I'm very good. Looking forward to two good games here. We've got Arsenal, Fulham, and then we're doing Barca tonight against Osasuna. Here's Fulham down the right-hand side. Oh, Smith Rowe, what are you doing, lad? Shocking. Why did you turn? Why did you turn into trouble there? Just completely and utterly turned into trouble. Timu Grew talking shite as usual. No, don't want to elaborate. I mean, you could elaborate. You don't have to. I don't even know if it's true, sir, but Saka for England is his Arsenal 2022-24 form. Hey, I would take him. I would take Saka. I just don't think he's... I just don't think he's a starter for England. Evening, Danny. How's it going, Mick? Good to see you, lad. Fremo, Fulham are missing Iwobi here. Yeah, definitely a big miss. Iwobi is a huge, huge player for Fulham. Just adds energy in midfield, doesn't he? Here's Rice gliding forward. Saka on the other side if he can find him. Here is Saka. Great defending. That was a bit better. Bit better that time from, was it Anthony Robinson? Little bit better. City of Northville, no need to elaborate. You know your crimes, Key. Oh, come on. Thoughts on Saka assist? Very good. Yeah, very good. Arsenal don't seem nervous anymore. I mean, to be fair, they did this against Newcastle and then looked very nervous for the rest of the game. So the trick is not whether Arsenal score one and then hang on to it. The trick is whether or not they actually can go and get a second. The second goal is what Arsenal need. It's not the first. The second is what is important for Arsenal. If they get the second, then they take the pressure off a little bit. But Fulham have always got a chance of coming back into this while it's 1-0. I wouldn't overthink it just yet. Don't get too cocky. Don't get too confident. There's still time. Amy, who would you start on the right for England then? I mean, personally, it depends how Tuchel's setting up, doesn't it? It depends how he's going to set it up. But personally, I would put a load of players ahead of Bukayo Saka at this moment. I would start Jared Bowen. I would start Madueke. I would genuinely start Madueke on the right ahead of him. I think Madueke he's probably Arsenal's best player against Atletico in midweek. He's someone who can go on the outside of wingers, the outside of fullbacks, and I think that's important for your winger to keep the pitch wide. I don't want to see players constantly cutting in. If you can have one of them, you can't have both. You can't have both wingers doing that. And the problem for England is on our left side, we've got probably Gordon, Rashford, both of whom cut inside. Neither of whom are going to go to the byline and put balls in for Harry Kane and Bellingham and whoever else is coming in. So you're never going to get natural width if you've constantly got wingers cutting in. That's why I wouldn't play Saka. I think if you play Saka, then on the left you've got to have someone like Harvey Barnes, who scored again today, by the way. Give Pickford his flowers, got 6'6" at right back and got 11 clean sheets. Jabba, I'm starting to think Arteta only wants scorelines that are binary numbers. And Johnny, Stevenage in the Championship, oh my, the Championship next season could be so interesting. One never in the second tier and one back after 65 years. Yeah, huge games at the end of League One today. And League Two, by the way, as well. Chesterfield getting a result away at Swindon. Chesterfield, Grimsby sneaking in to League Two playoffs on the final day. Barnet and Swindon missing out. Obviously, you look at League One, Stevenage, Bolton, Bradford, Stockport. That's going to be a hell of a playoff place. Sorted. Cardiff and Lincoln going up for sure. Garav, my FIFA World Cup semi-finalists are Colombia, Portugal, Senegal, and fourth place team will be Uruguay, Brazil, Japan, or Norway. Nice. Let's see if you're right, mates. Barrow are gone. Yeah, sad to see. Sad to see Barrow gone. It did go down to the wire on the final day, didn't it? Obviously, Harrogate and Crawley, Tranmere getting pulled in at different points. Now, Buish, how's it going? Luke Watts, Reggie Alert, how's it going, lad? Ultan Doherty, how Fulham been so far? Any chance of a comeback? No, I wouldn't say so. Not just yet. Fulham have been pretty poor. They've not really done an awful lot. Arsenal haven't been great. Again, it's only the opening 20 minutes. Arsenal have had one real opportunity down the right-hand side where Saka cuts the full-back apart, sits him on his arse, whips it across the face of goal. Gyökeres there with a tap-in. Since then, the football's been predictably dire, I would say, from both teams. Arsenal probably not wanting to take the foot off the gas, go and get a second, but also being mindful of leaving the door open at the other end. Fulham just aren't really going for it. Well, Swing, Arsenal's toughest game now is West Ham, Burnley and Palace have nothing to play for, while City go to Everton, Bournemouth and face Villa chasing Europe. I mean, you say Palace have nothing to play for. I'm not sure I agree. Even those teams where they have nothing to play for, they still have something to play for. A lot of those players will be thinking about putting themselves in the shop window. They'll be thinking about World Cup places. I don't think that necessarily applies in this particular moment. The World Cup squads are still to be announced, and every single player will be thinking about the summer in a way of, well, next season, where am I going to be? Am I going to be here? Or if I was to put in a couple of really strong performances towards the end of the season, could I catch the eye of some watching scouts? Even Burnley, Burnley didn't play too terribly against Leeds last night. They were 3-0 down, and at some point, if not for a very tight offside call, they'd have been 3-2 and back in it. Amy says, can't count on City dropping points. We've got to up our goal difference. That is very true. City could end up winning this on goal difference. Arsenal absolutely, 1,000,000% have to outscore City. And these are the types of games, 1-0 up, 20 minutes in, you've got to go and kill the game off 3 or 4-0. And if they can do this against these, they can do this against Burnley, it becomes a lot easier, doesn't it? It becomes less about points, more about goal difference, and I think that's where Arsenal will end up, maybe securing the title. Welsh Ring, Palace will be focused on the Conference League and will change at least 9 players for the final game. Maybe. But even then, Palace haven't got a terrible squad. Biz, did you say that when City only beat Burnley 1-0? Did I say what? That Burnley are a decent side and will be competing for everything? Yeah, absolutely. Get another goal, Arteta now. Gyökeres falls over. That's not a foul, ref. That's just not a foul. That is never a foul. Free kick for Arsenal here. Savage you, I don't like this weekend so far. Ball whipped in, punched out, edge of the box. Eze cleared away by Fulham, just about. Prince Rupert says, I didn't check the championship results yet. Ipswich are back, that's interesting. And Wrexham just missed out. Too bad, Deadpool. I mean, do you know what? Yeah, it was actually a really, really good game, that Wrexham Borough one. We watched it live. We did a watch-along for that this afternoon. And it was really, really good. But yeah, sad for Wrexham. Just about missed out on the final day. Johnny, another bottom half championship finish for Stoke. Are they cursed or what? They've completely changed the style of play, Stoke, haven't they? They look a lot better. They've got some really talented players. Just not sure it's quite worked out for them this season. At the start of the season, they looked like they were on course for the playoffs, didn't they? Millwall win the playoffs would be interesting. Another derby with Palace then. Yeah, I'd like to see Millwall come up. I actually, of the teams that are left in the playoffs, we've got Middlesbrough, Southampton, Hull, and Millwall. I'm really hoping for a Millwall promotion. That's not a foul, ref. That's not a foul, ref. Here's Smith Rowe. Inside to Jimenez. That's a foul, referee. We're not having that one then. Oh, come on. Get him booked. That's a dive from Eze. As if he's going to book him for that. What an absolute rat bag this ref is. Absolutely ridiculous, that from Lukic. Who do you think will win each of the playoffs? I think Millwall. I'm going to go Millwall. Third place team. I think they've done really well under Alex Neil. I think they've got enough. I'd like to see Bolton make it. Stockport have been, for a long time, Stockport, it feels like they've been knocking on the door under Dave Challoner. So I'd like to see Stockport or maybe Bolton come up to the Championship again. Even Bradford, I wouldn't mind Bradford, but Bolton I think would be my priority, and then maybe Stockport in League One. League Two, again, bit of a mixed bag at the end of the season. I think Chesterfield done really well towards the end of the season, so maybe Chesterfield. Devastating day for the Devon clubs in League One. Teaching Tony, how's it going, lad? Welsh Ring says, I'm not biased, says Key, who calls for no foul on Arsenal, yet screams for one when Fulham, when both weren't. Who says both weren't? Definitely were. Ball clipped through. Here's Gyökeres. Clearly offside there, ref. Here's Ben White. Gyökeres again. Rice. Lewis Skelly. Right now, there's a good chance Millwall come up and West Ham go down. What a nightmare for the Hammers. And Jellyfish says the ref is an Arsenal fan. He is. Yeah, he's been poor so far, the referee. It's Luke says Salford kind of blew it today, so expect them to not make Wembley. Yeah, bit of a mad end to the season for Salford. Cambridge just sneaking in at the end. Here's Ben White, back to Rice. Rice whips it in. Too easy, that, and a corner to Arsenal again. Teaching Tony, I've done so many Stockport manager modes in EAFC, and Jellyfish like dancing, diving. Queens Arsenal are. Nice. Saka's going to take the corner. Come on, someone's got to put a pin in their balloon here, Arsenal. Bournemouth helped us out. City got the win we needed. Come on, Fulham. I just can't be arsed with 90 minutes of Arsenal peppering them, because that's what we've seen so far. 25 minutes of Fulham not able to get out of the penalty area. Someone just put your foot on it and have a little 5-10 minute spell of just passing it. You don't need to do anything extravagant. Just pass. Just keep hold of the ball. Frustrate them for a little bit. You got to keep this set piece out as well. Ball whipped in. Oh, Leno, what are you doing? What are you doing? Cleared away. Fulham. Oh my God. This is going to be about 8-0, this. It's going to be about 8-0. Fulham are garbage. Who said Fulham are good? Absolutely garbage. He actually did really well there, to be fair, Leno. He actually did well. Gabriel got the header on it and Leno blocked it. Good save from the keeper, but the defence was just all over the place. It was one of them where nobody even knew where the ball was, and they just scrambled it away. Arsenal 1, Fulham 0. Gabriel stays forward. Fulham headed it away. Here's Lewis Skelly. Eze. Over to Trossard, who's now on the right-hand side. Floated far post. Leno can't claim it. Gyökeres. Oh, my goodness me. Saka very nearly makes it 2. And I don't know how the referee hasn't pulled that back for a foul, honestly. Shocking that from the referee. I don't know how he's not give a foul there. Because as the ball comes in, Leno comes out for it. It's a clear foul. It's a clear foul. Gyökeres strike, Leno save, and then Saka fires it wide. So close. I don't even know, says this won't be 8-0. What do you expect from us? It'd be lucky to win this 1-0. No, come on, mate. You're being negative. You know this is an Arsenal win for sure. I thought Fulham would just put a bit more of an effort in. It's been a really poor start for Fulham. Butterfingers, Leno, lucky there. All I want to see is Fulham just keep hold of the ball for like a minute. 60 seconds, keep hold of it. That's it. See how many passes before they throw it away here. Into Chukwueze. Back. Come on, keep hold of it. Give it away. Second pass. 2 passes. That's all he managed. 2 passes. Now Arsenal drive forward with Eze. Into Gyökeres. Terrible touch. Horrible touch from Gyökeres. And it's a goal kick. How does he give a corner for that? It's not even a corner. It was Gyökeres who put that out. This ref's an Arsenal fan. This ref's a gooner. The ref's a gooner. Fulham can't pass. Fulham can't string 2 passes together. I don't even know, says I've seen this team play for years and I always know the outcome in the end. Well, hey, I trust your negativity on this one then, mate. As an Arsenal fan, I'll trust you. May is statistically Arteta's best month. Cleared away. Here's Declan Rice. Back out to Saka. Back to Rice. What a ball that is from Rice. Saka pulls it back. Must be. Oh, how's that cleared away? Eze should have scored there. If that goes in, then that's another really, really good goal. Far post. Header. Fucking hell. Calafiori. It's a really good goal again. You can't really even argue. They've played well, Arsenal. But Fulham can't pass 5 minutes. 2 passes. That's all I'm asking for Fulham. 2 passes. I've not seen them string a collection of passes together more than 1 or 2. It's just sickening. Turning up and having an absolute 3 out of 10 performance. There you go. 2-0. 2-0. Any chance? Are we going to get a claim on anything? Don't think so. Ball gets played back out. Hey, he's offside! Yeah, he's offside! Get in there! He's offside! He's offside! Let's get a check on it, mate. Oh, yes, baby. It's a wonderful decision. Thank God for that referee. He's offside. He's offside. Come on, 1-0. Fulham. Now, wake up. Wake up, cottagers. Wake up. You've got to sort it out here. It's time. You can't. You've had a let off. You've had the let off now. You've had the warning. Now, come on. Sort it out. Yeah, why are we taking so long here, ref? He's offside. Of course he's offside. Decision, no goal, offside. Hey, here we go. Now it all makes sense. Exactly, that's it. That's why he's offside. We knew it. We knew it. Miles off. Clear offside. That didn't even react. Fulham down the left-hand side. Here we go. This is where Fulham wake up. This is where Fulham wake up. Hit it, lad. He's off his line. Oh, what are you doing? Over to the far post. Fulham back in it. Come on. Come on. Yeah, back to fucking Leno. Fucking... What are you doing? What are we doing here, lads? Oh. Here's Bassey. Come on. Back out to Smith Rowe. Inside to Chukwueze. MMC Greg. What are we doing here, lads? Fulham fan now. For today, yeah. For this particular moment, yeah. Yeah. Cottagers United. Red Rebellion, even though Arsenal have looked like they bottled the league, I still believe they'll crawl over the line and win the title. Me too. Yeah, I just hope they don't. I think they will, I just hope they don't. Anyone playing Arsenal then? Yeah, exactly that. Anyone playing Arsenal, that's exactly right, yes. Anyone playing Arsenal. Fulham, cleared away, unlucky. Better. Back to Leno for a completed pass key. Yeah, well, there you go. They've managed to do it. Mike has the laptop now. All sorted, mate. Thank you. Yeah. Fulham. Over to the left-hand side. Come on. Hit it. Oh. Hey, you would rather have a cheating City to win? Where have they cheated? Where have they cheated? Don't know what everyone's saying. They've cheated. Shane says, come on, mate, your argument has always been City over Arsenal because of the football. City, today you can't fault this football. Lewis Skelly has changed them in the intensity. I don't think it's Lewis Skelly, in all honesty. I think Saka has had a big moment in there, and that has allowed it's allowed Arsenal to completely change their game plan because Fulham now have to come out a little bit more. But no, I don't think Lewis Skelly has been a transformative pick in this opening 30 minutes. He's done all right, but I don't think he's been... Arsenal fans in particular are desperate for Lewis Skelly to be a success. They're absolutely desperate for him to be a success. And he's a little bit underwhelming. And like I said, I have acknowledged, I've said, to be fair, Shane, I have said that I think Arsenal have played well today. But I've also acknowledged, and I think it is fair that anyone would look at it and say Fulham have been pretty awful as well. Fulham have been poor. Can't string a pass together. Can't string 2 passes together. Look at the state of that. Look at the state of that. I mean, yeah, Arsenal have done well. I've acknowledged it. I've said they've done well. But come on, Fulham are playing really bad. Fulham are playing really, really bad. Lewis Skelly so overrated, says Finners Matty. Mike, I'll take him at United tomorrow. I mean, yeah, you say that, but you need a centre mid, and you couldn't have Mainu and Lewis Skelly, could you? Very, very similar players. City of Northville, I'd rather a hacking City team win than this whistle-blowing harambol shite side get rewarded for boring the piss out of everyone. I mean, that's far more articulate than I could ever put it, but it's kind of along the right lines. Yeah, that's kind of where I am as well. Mike, no, I want him at left-back. Yeah, I mean, that is his position. Again, Arsenal fans will cry wolf that he's definitely a centre-mid. He's not a centre-mid, he's a left-back. He's a left-back. There's no way he plays centre-mid going forward, and if he does, Arsenal don't win anything. Same with Kobbie Mainoo at Man United. Just not. They're not players who'll win league titles at centre mid starting. They might be backup. So he can either be a backup centre mid or he can be maybe a starting left back. Fulham, come on. There you go. One pass. Here's Smith Rowe. Chukwueze. Get to it. Get to it. Fucking hell. Keep it in. Yes, go on. Chukwueze. Get at him. It's only Ben White. Hit it. You can't... I reckon we could get a gang of 11 of us together to beat Fulham today. Genuinely, I think we could. Or just a mix of us in the chat. I'm sure we could. We could absolutely. 1,000,000%. Finners Matty, what a day as a Torquay fan. Torquay get to the playoff finals, Exeter get relegated, and Plymouth miss out on the playoffs. City of Northville, Mainoo's young with lots of room to improve, being managed by one of the best midfielders of all time. Here's Smith Rowe. Here's Harry Wilson. Go on, Harry. Go on, Harry. Oh, corner. Oh, David Raya's getting a little bit nervy. Oh, I told you. 1-0 is not a safe scoreline here. It's not a safe scoreline. Look at the state of that from David Raya. Very nearly Donnarumma it in. It was nearly an equaliser for Fulham. And now it's a corner Fulham. Come on, the Cottagers. Here we go. Pinch one back before half-time. Pinch one back here. It's Luke says Sol Campbell was a striker. Youth career doesn't necessarily translate to senior football. Again, anyone with a brain would know that, wouldn't he, Luke? That's the thing. You can't argue with these people. Jamie Carragher was a centre forward. Andy Carroll was a right back. I mean, like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can't argue with these people. Oh, go on! Absolutely shocking from Ben White. Oh, and he slices the clearance. He's god awful, this fella. He's absolutely shocking. If Arsenal don't win the title, Ben White, I'm going to send him a card. I'm going to send him a card from me. Love him to bits. What a guy. This will be ironic if Fulham were to beat Arsenal on corners. I mean, that's probably not going to happen. Ball in. Here's Ben White. Ben Shite. Come on. Fulham started to come into it a little bit more since that disallowed goal. But again, they can't keep hold of it. That's not a foul, ref. That's not a foul. That wasn't a foul. Yes, Joe. How's it going, mate? Wonderful results for Newcastle today. And Sunderland dropping points as well. Who knows? You might be above them. You might be above them soon. Shane says it's situational depending on the opponent. For example, against City on Monday, Everton should start Michael Keane up top if Beto's still out. Well, no, you've got it. Listen, I mean, I think Tierno Barry should be starting for Everton, but I would agree with you that Michael Keane's an unbelievable finisher for a centre-back. Red Rebellion says Lewis Skelly is a proper dark arts merchant. Someone just needs to fart and he falls to the ground like a bag of potatoes. Arteta and his coaches teach these players to go down. Well, listen, I'll say that. That does seem to be a common thread with Arsenal. Gabriel is really, really bad for that. Gyökeres, midweek, really bad for that. Marco, 2 leagues in 3 decades and you're laughing at Ben White, bro. Has Ben White got more than 2 leagues in 3 decades? That's a foul, ref. That's a foul. How are you not giving that? That's a foul. High foot. Trossard. That was a foul. How's he not give that? How's he not give that? If Ben White joins Everton, Shahid, Truki, Fulham are playing better. They're in the match now. They are starting to turn things around a little bit. Here's Ben White. There's hope for us all yet. City of North Hill, Arteta said to be one of the best managers to ever do it on teaching men to go down. Really? Okay. Long ball up the touchline. Gyökeres. Xander, which assist do you think was better, the disallowed one or the other one? The disallowed one. Saka! It's 2! Oh, go on. Give him his money. He's turned up now. He's got his contract. There'll be a fall-off next year. Same as Mo Salah. I mean, there's been a fall-off this year, hasn't there, to be honest? I don't know how he got his contract. Garbage before it. But it's 2. It's 2. Saka scores. And now Arsenal might just have got the 3 points that they deserve in this first. To be honest, they do deserve it. Fulham have been awful. Absolutely awful. One of the worst sides I've seen come to the Emirates this season. Absolutely shocking from Fulham. Really missed Alex Iwobi today, but just a terrible, terrible performance. And Arsenal get the second that they probably deserve. Any chance of an offside? Any chance? Can we sprinkle a little offside on that one? Gyökeres into Saka. Oh, Leno done at his near post. Burned Leno done at his near post. He's just this keeper. This keeper. Burned Leno done at your near post. That is dreadful. How would anyone say... Pete, do you know what? People are going to argue like, wow, what a performance from Arsenal. What an unbelievable performance this is. Come on. That's just a world-class finish. You can't argue with these people. That's world-class. He rolled it in at the near post. Keeper got to save that. Keeper has to save that. Keith says now we have to listen to the Arsenal fans talk about Saka deserving the Ballon d'Or because he scored a goal. I don't even know, says, has anyone seen Fulham? Any chance we can put out an Amber Alert, please? Any chance at all Fulham just turn up to the game would be fantastic. That'd be sensational. Glock and Starboy link. Oh my God. That's not a foul, ref. That's not a foul, ref. How are you pulling that one back? Raul Jimenez, not even a foul. This ref is an absolute gooner. I'm sure we've got Reggie. Reggie's refereeing this game, isn't he? Reggie is refereeing this one. And do you know what as well? People talk an awful lot about Arsenal's shitbag tactics. Look who their assistant manager is. Gabriel Heinze. Like ultimate shitbag from back in the day. Arteta and Heinze. Of course they're going to have massive diving players across the pitch. Of course they are. It was the pace of the shot that cut the reaction time. Yeah, it was world class. It was absolute genius. It was a genius moment there from Saka. I mean, he has had, like I've said, he has had a really good game, Saka. Saka's been Arsenal's best player today. But everybody else, from a Fulham point of view, should be hanging their heads in shame that this fella's doing it to you. He's been garbage all season. Christopher of Hammerfest, why do you hate Arsenal supporter? What have I ever done to you? I don't hate Arsenal supporters. Why do you get so in, like, you're making it really about you? It's not about Arsenal supporters. It's not even about Arsenal players. I like a lot of Arsenal players. Nick says you'd be saying it was world class if it was Salah. Well, no, I don't. I see. I'm not biased. I call it out when it's my team. I call it out. I'll say the keeper should have done better. And the keeper should have done better there. Instead, we get with Arsenal fans is, oh no, absolutely not. It was world class. It was the best goal ever scored from a player. Oh my God. I tell you what, Eze again. They're just having a shot at this keeper. You might as well have me in net. I don't even know, says Arteta, is why we are hated. It's why you're not loved. I'll say that. It's not why you're hated. I don't think Arsenal are hated. It's why you're not loved. It is Arteta. Yeah, definitely is Arteta. I don't even know, says I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm more worried about where Fulham is rather than calling Bukayo Saka world class. Here's Eze. Out to the right-hand side for Trossard. Claim for the penalty. As if he's claiming that. That's, again, so cheeky. GI says, who loves other teams? Nonsense as usual. I think there's teams are respected and admired. Yeah, teams are certainly loved. I mean, loved, maybe you want to be picky about the terminology. But teams are admired and respected. City, Liverpool, United. I didn't like United. I hated United, the club, and you know, I'm my biggest rival, of course. But I absolutely admired and respected the team for many years. They were a great team. They had many great teams. Listen, I respect Arsenal as a club. Loved Arsenal's teams when they had fantastic football and they played really, really good football. It was always a joy to see. And now, look at the state of him. The state of him. Long ball forward. Fulham will probably just do well to get out of this without a drubbing, to be honest. Keep it 2-0. Keep it 2-0 now. Brendan, what a free-flowing exhibition from the masterful Arteta. Even you don't believe that. Come on. You don't believe that. Madhouse says, since United are underdogs tomorrow, will you be supporting them? No, because they're Liverpool are my team, so of course I'm not going to be supporting them. Come on, mate. Robbie Fowler. You know the drill. You know the drill. Keith, don't worry, Keith. After today, Gabriel, Saliba, Saka, Gyökeres and Rice will be 1 to 5 in the Ballon d'Or rankings, according to some of the Arsenal fans. I'm sure they'll even nominate the ball boys. David Raya will 100%. He's the best keeper in the world, according to these Arsenal fans. Lewis Skelly, it's an absolute travesty. It's treason that Lewis Skelly's not in the England squad. Gyökeres, the greatest signing of all time. Just madness. Adam says, with Europe in their sights and playing like this against this lot is horrible. Yeah, I mean, listen, Fulham have played very much like a team that are going to accept bottom half, and I think that's exactly where they finish up now. I really, really, truly hope Fulham finish in the bottom. Look at the state of that. I'm sorry, come on. You can be an Arsenal fan and you can say you've played well, and you have in moments. Arsenal have played well today. But you just can't. Fulham have played like a Sunday League side. Oh, not even Arsenal giving them chances playing like that. I tell you what, they're not a good side, Arsenal. They're just not. I'm sorry, they're not. They'll win the league and they're still bang average. Far post, Gyökeres. How's that gone in? How has that gone in, Leno? As he literally threw his arms. Oh my God. Honestly, you could have tied. You might as well have tied his arms behind his back, Bernd Leno there. Gyökeres is on for a hat trick, and we're not even at half time yet. Fulham, absolute waste of fucking space. Waste of space. I hope Fulham finish bottom half. Relegate Fulham next year. Absolute waste of a club. Absolute waste of a club. Turning up like this. What are you doing? What is Bernd Leno doing here? Oh my God. Absolutely shocking. Oh my God. How's that gone in? How's that gone in? It's straight down the middle. It's straight down the middle from Gyökeres. Sweet Jesus. Sweet Jesus. Leno, what on earth are you doing? Bottle goes back on ice for another week. Agent Leno. There you go. Even the Arsenal fans know. Agent Leno. Fucking hell. Agent Leno. Right, half time. Fucking. Oh. That 14 jersey is worn very tight, very lightly by that man. Take a bow, Gyökeres. PDN, this is what we like to see from Arsenal. Even if we lost games, if we play like this, people would be a lot happier. Alright, okay, well, hey, fair enough. Fair enough. Absolute hologram of a goalkeeper. Bernd Leno is an absolute hologram of a goalkeeper. It's absolutely shocking what we've seen in this first half. The second and third goals from Arsenal entirely on the goalkeeper, who is, would you believe, an ex-Arsenal goalkeeper. Absolutely dreadful. Dreadful. Okay, half-time quiz. Half-time quiz. I thought we would see a defensive masterclass in this first half. I really thought we would. I thought we would see a 0-0. Maybe a 1-0. Who knows? Maybe Fulham taking the lead early on. I thought Fulham, the Fulham that we saw last week against Aston Villa, I thought they might turn up. Instead, they've rolled out the dog and duck. The dog and duck have rolled up to the Emirates today because they've been so poor. So poor. So now, the quiz doesn't make a lot of sense. So the quiz was, can you name the top 20 current Premier League defenders with the most appearances in the Prem? That's because I thought we would see a Premier League defensive masterclass, and we haven't seen that at all. If anything, we've seen the opposite. We've seen an absolute disaster class, haven't we? Jabber, take it easy. Jellyfish, I'll be surprised if Fulham come back now. Leno did an Onana. He did, yeah. An Onana for pretty much every goal. But again, Arsenal fans will tell you this is an absolute world-class performance. LJ, Gary Neville, Dunn. Yeah, neither of those are current Premier League players. Maguire and Stones. Stones is 12th. Maguire is 9th. Ruben Dias. Ruben Dias, no, not Ruben Dias. Virgil van Dijk is 4th. Finners Matty. Rio Ferdinand is not a current Premier League defender. Daddy-O says Keane. Yes, Michael Keane is 10th. Ashley Young, not a current Premier League defender. Some not quite getting the grasping the concept of the quiz here. Milner. James Milner, not a defender. We're not calling him a defender. Come on. City of Northfield. Martinez, no. Gay, no. We have technically seen a defensive masterclass, just not the team you were hoping. Arsenal haven't had to defend today. Christ, when they have had to defend, they've been kicking it against their own defenders and going out for court. They've been an absolute liability at the back. Seamus Coleman, says Daddy O. He is second. Reece James. No, not Reece James. Saliba, no. Delo, no. Ben White, no. Dan Burn, yes. Dan Burn is correct. Dan Burn is 16th. Luke Shaw, yes. Luke Shaw is 8th. Kanate, no. Van Dijk, yes. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is correct, LJ. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is 17th. If you've just joined us, we're doing the top 20 Premier League defenders with the most appearances. Top 20 defenders, current Premier League defenders who are in the Prem right now. The top 20 current Premier League defenders in the Prem, playing in the Prem right now, who have the most appearances. So far, we've got Seamus Coleman, Virgil van Dijk, Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, Michael Keane, John Stones, Dan Burn, and Wan-Bissaka. Tyrone Mings, no. Andy Robertson, Adam, yes. Robertson is 5th. Lewis Dunk is 7th. Good answer, Dario. Luca Dean, says Chimey. Yep, Luca Dean is 14th. James Collins, no. He's not in there. Reggie, good to see you, man. Coleman, Johnny Evans not playing. Tarkovsky, Daddy-O, yeah. Tarkovsky's 3rd. Nathan Collins, no, not Nathan Collins. Kyle Walker, good shout, Lewis. Yeah, Kyle Walker is right. He is 1st. Gabriel is not there, no. You've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left to get. 7 left to get. Kieran Trippier, this charming Dan, correct. Trippier is 19th. What are we saying? Ashley Young, no, not a current Premier League defender. Ashley Young's retired. Danny Welbeck, also not a current Premier League defender. Timbo, this half-time scoreline disappoints me. Me too, mate. Dan Burn, we've got. Nathan Ake, no, not Nathan Ake. Kyle Walker, we've got. Not Murillo, not Aina, not Nico Williams. Not Lindelof, no. Not Lindelof. Joe Gomez, believe it or not, no, not Joe Gomez. He doesn't have the most Premier League appearances, not in the top 20 anyway. Not Kilman. So far, we've got Trippier, Wan-Bissaka, Burn, Digne, Stones, Keane, Maguire, Shaw, Dunk, Robertson, Van Dijk, Tarkovsky, Coleman, and Walker. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left to get. 6 left to get. Sven Botman, no. Matty Cash, no. Botman, no. Ruben Dias, no. Pedro Porro, no. Ben Davis, Antonio De Niro. Good answer. Ben Davis is 6th. Ben Davis is 6th. Not a doggy. Not Miley. Not Van Hecker. Not Lascelles. Not Milenkovic or Spence. No. Michael Keane we've already got. So far we've got Walker, Coleman, Tarkovsky, Van Dijk, Robertson, Davis, Dunk, Shaw, Maguire, Keane, Stones, Digne, Burn, Wan-Bissaka and Trippier. Still 5 more left to get. The top 20 current Premier League defenders with the most appearances in the league. Not Ben White, not Saliba, not Gabriel. No, not Timber, not Trent. Not a current Premier League defender, is he? Not Senesi. No, not Mikolenko or Veltman. Not Delo, O'Brien or Dyer. No, Dyer not a current Premier League defender. Not Walker Peters or Collins. Andy Robertson's been said. Not Joachim Anderson. Lisandro Martinez, no. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 left to get, sorry. 4 left to get, and they all play currently for different teams. 2 of those teams are still in Europe. Don't know if that helps you at all. Not Sessegnon, no, not Castagna, not Joe Gomez. Luke Shaw we've already got. Not Anthony Robinson. Adam Smith, well done. Adam Smith from Bournemouth is 13th. Konza, Lewis, well done. Esri Konza is 18th. Not Krejci. I say Milner is a defender. Well, thankfully, you're wrong. Not Lindelof. No, Lindelof just outside the top 20. Still 2. Is it 2? Yeah, 2 left to get. 2 left to get. One of them is playing for a side in Europe, and one of them is about to leave his club in the summer. It's been confirmed he's going to leave his club in the summer. Not Chalobah, no. Not Chalobah. Not Mings, not Dan Ballard, no. Not Romero, not Willy Bolly. Not Richards, no. Not John Stones and Dean we've already got. Not Ben Mee. No. LJ says, I just guessed Wan-Bissaka and got it right. How the hell did United let him go? Yeah, I mean, he'd be United's best defender now, wouldn't he? Not Matty Cash. Not Truffert. No. No, these are players who've played for a long time. Nathaniel Klein, Antonio De Niro. Yep, Nathaniel Klein is correct. Nathaniel Klein is 11th. 1 left to get. 1 player left to get. The top 20 current Premier League defenders who have the most appearances in the Premier League. We've got Trippier, Konza, Wan-Bissaka, Byrne, Ake, Digne, Adam Smith, Stones, Klein, Michael Keane, Maguire, Shaw, Dunk, Ben Davis, Robertson, Van Dijk, Tarkowski, Coleman and Walker. 1 left to get. Not Porro, no. Not Cucurella, not Morato, not Colwill. No. This fella plays... Oh, I can't even give you a clue. He did play in the Champions League this year. He did play in the Champions League, but they're not in the Champions League anymore. Not Munoz, no. Shahid, absolutely awful performance from Fulham. They're going to get spanked. I mean, do you know what? I kind of hope Fulham do to some degree. They're awful. Absolutely awful. Who's the guy who played at West Ham, was a Wolves defender? That's Kilman. No, it's not Kilman. It's not Kilman. It's not Reece James. We've already got Van Dijk. Fabian Schär. Well done, Dunks. Yes, Fabian Schär is number 20th. There you go. That is the top 20 current Premier League defenders with the most appearances in the Premier League. Fabian Schär, Kieran Trippier, Esri Konza, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Dan Byrne, Ake Digne, Adam Smith, Stones, Klein, Michael Keane, Maguire, Shaw, Dunk, Ben Davis, Andy Robertson, Van Dijk, Tarkowski, Coleman, and Kyle Walker is number 1. So there you go. That is the top 20. There you go. If you enjoyed the halftime quiz, hit like. If not, then I appreciate you having a go anyway. We are just a couple of minutes away from the second half kicking off. Not a bad quiz. Got my head scratching at the last few. Yeah, it was a good quiz. I enjoyed it. City, how are Liverpool, bud? We're good, mate, I think, yeah. Big game tomorrow. Thank you for asking. Should be a good game. Did you enjoy the first half? I did, yes, as always. Enjoy watching any footy game, mate. It's good fun. All good fun. Frankie McMahon, Jesus, Kyle Walker's aging now. He looked all of his years against Leeds, didn't he? I plead the fifth. You sure you enjoyed it, mate? Always, yeah, always enjoy it, mate. Love it. It's good watching footy. Love it. Philip Olanrewaju. Key, just change the name of this stream to Hate Along, please. It's not that bad. Come on. Don't be like that, mate. PDM, now that's done. Let's get back to the second best game of football you'll see this season. First was PSG v Bayern. The second best game. Listen to yourself, will you? Listen to yourself. Come on. "21 goals for Gyökeres this year with us not playing to his strengths. I do hope they work it out for next year." And Ant Whiskin, hey Key, just chilling by the pool in Orlando. Love the quiz. Enjoy your time in Orlando, mate. Andy says, love your content, Key, but I'm sorry I won't be enduring United cover. Hey, don't worry, man. It's good to see you anyway. I'll see you maybe for the Aston Villa Tottenham game tomorrow night. See how we go for there. Johnny, how's it going, mate? Gamer Guru says, mate, you've been on a hater overdrive this game. How have I been on a hater overdrive? I've literally said Arsenal have played well. I said Saka's goal was incredible. Why is that hate? That's not hate. Very sensitive, these Arsenal fans, aren't they? Very, very sensitive. It is Madweke coming on. Hugh Maddock, the Valencia jersey just screams Mendieta. All the memories. Johnny says, I know Arsenal are 3-0 up, but they probably need to add a fourth and maybe a fifth. Arsenal need all the goals they can get because the chances are they're gonna need goals to beat City, aren't they? They're gonna need like goal difference. It's not gonna be on points. Chances are it's gonna finish on goal difference. I think both of these two drop points between now and the end of the season. Yeah, they're not going to win out. Neither side will win out. And I still think Arsenal win the league for what it's worth. But they will be the worst league champions we've seen in a very, very long time. If not ever. Right, here we go. Second half about to get underway. Come on, Fulham. Any chance of a turnaround would be wonderful. I mean, at this point, if Fulham got a goal within the next sort of 15 minutes, I might start to think, oh, well, maybe they've got a chance. Maybe they just could rattle Arsenal because they're so nervy, Arsenal, aren't they? It wouldn't take much. It really, really wouldn't take much. A simple matter of a couple of chances for Fulham, a goal for Fulham, would just make the whole thing so much more, I don't know, just palatable. Arsenal absolutely would fold like a cheap suit if Fulham scored in the next 15 minutes. They always look so nervy. They're in their own heads. These Arsenal players. They'll have a closed-top bus just to defend from the rain. Yes. Mentality. I am like fire. Absolutely madness. Marcos hating for no reason. It's not hating, it's only hating if you're a little crab. If you're a little sensitive crab, hating. Grow up hating. Why are you hating on us for no reason, bro? Yeah, alright, whatever. Hating. Get a life. The lot of you, get a life. Hopefully Arsenal score one more and Smith Rowe gets a consolation. Oh, goodness me. Up the Arsenal, up the Reggies. Take it easy, man. They'll probably lose to West Ham, you watch. That's possible. That is infinitely possible, yeah. West Ham will give them a good game. William says, imagine wanting a club with 115 charges to win the league over a club that hasn't in 22 years. What's 115 charges got to do with that? Charges don't mean guilty. Charges doesn't mean guilty. Isn't that what you were saying all last season with Thomas Partey? Charges don't mean anything. Oh, hey, well, it's soon on the other foot with City, innit? Guilty, cheating shitbags, apparently. No proof just yet. It's fine when Thomas Partey's playing, though. Keep him playing. Can't argue that. Let him keep playing. No problem. No problem. PDM, I love the hate watching sometimes as an Arsenal fan. It's fun. That's it. As long as you don't get personal, you're dead right, mate. Absolutely right. Daddy-o, keep clip farming, Key. Clip farming? I don't post any clips. Don't listen to what you say. This doesn't make any sense. It would only make sense if I posted clips. I don't post any clips. I don't benefit in any way from posting clips. If I did, then fine. You would maybe have an argument. I don't. I don't post clips. I literally post long-form watch-alongs. That's it. That is it. Oh, Timbo, that's how dislikable Arsenal are. Everyone would rather City and their 115 charges win. They've managed to make themselves the villains. And there you go. They've just sliced one over their own crossbar. Fulham corner. Come on. Get an equaliser. Chance. Oh, yeah. Nearly 3-1. They're panicking again, Arsenal. It's another corner. I can't believe they're 3-0 up. And they're panicking. They're panicking. They're absolutely panicking. Panic setting in. Oh, lucky boy. Gamer Guru, mate, he hasn't even been found guilty. And accusing people is way more serious than 115 charges. It's the exact same thing. It's the exact same logic. The argument is that City are cheats, not found guilty. I'm using the exact same logic. I'm not making the accusing. I'm saying the exact same logic. It doesn't work in reverse, does it? It doesn't work. It doesn't work. You can't use it. You can't say they're cheats on the one hand, but then argue that on the other. You can't. It's the exact same thing. Fulham have come out with more intent. Corner. Mate, what are you talking about? Where is the panic? Just as they slice another ball over their own crossbar. Yeah, zero panic from Arsenal. Cool as a cucumber while they're like this. They're panicking. They're all doing 50 pence, 5 pence. Daddy-o. Anyway, I'm off. Love you, really. Yeah, behave like it then. Behave like it then. Great defending there from Fulham for a change. Here's Eze. Another one who's not going to be on the plane. He's going to have to decide what he's going to do all summer, Eze. He might have to pick up, I don't know. Maybe he can play Lego with Arteta or something over the summer. Him and Lewis Skelly can be learning how to play Lego over the summer. Eddie Howe, 10 more years. Gamer Guru, mate, using an accusation of grape to compare with the financial doping is wrong, mate, and you know it. No, now you're getting sensitive. Now you're getting sensitive. There was no accusation. What I'm saying is it's exactly the same logic. You can't say on the one hand, they're guilty, but he's not. Charges. They're guilty, he's not. I'm not saying either of them are guilty. In fact, I'm saying the opposite. You're getting it twisted. I said the opposite. I said your City aren't guilty of anything. But apparently they're called cheaters. I said they're not guilty of anything. How could you want City to win? They're cheats. Oh, are they? What are they guilty of? What are they guilty of? I think you're making an argument that I've not said. Dr. Romania says Lego Man Arteta. Timbo, Guru, one being worse than the other doesn't mean the logic isn't the same. It is exactly the same. It's not a comparison. It's exactly the same. You're getting well too level. It's not even remotely the same. No one's saying the crimes are the same. No one's saying that. You know that's not what's being said. No one's saying that. The exact same logic is there, though. If one is guilty based off an accusation, then why is the other one not? That's why it's silly. That's why it's silly. Fulham clear it away. Do you think Tottenham can beat Villa at Villa Park tomorrow, Key? I absolutely do, yes. Hopefully they do as well. Rooting for him. City losing to Everton next week. No chance. No chance. City will beat Everton. Toby, what do you think of Arsenal's performance? They've played well. Played well. You can only beat who's in front of you, but Fulham have been absolutely shocking. You're arguing against the point no one has made. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. We all agree one is significantly worse than the other. I don't really know why. I don't really know why that's even been argued. It's madness to me. Colin, hi Key, hi chat. Leeds fan here. Hope Spurs lose tomorrow. Leeds did really well against Burnley last night. I think you'll be fine, to be honest. Even if Spurs win, I think it's between Spurs and West Ham, isn't it? Spurs and West Ham almost certain. The Jontron, thank you Fulham for spreading them for us for once. Jimmy J, is your argument innocent till proven guilty? AFC lad here, Partey can do one and City too. No, my argument is, well yeah, that is my argument, yeah. My argument is exactly that. That's a very, very core part of society, innocent till proven guilty, and City are getting labelled cheaters. I think that's probably why they won't actually get the punishment many think they deserve. And I wouldn't disagree. If they are guilty of most, if not all, of the charges they are guilty of, then yeah, they probably deserve the worst kind of punishment from a football point of view. They should be relegated. They should be, titles taken off them or whatever. I just don't think that's going to happen. There's a lot of things they can argue in their favour and a lot of stuff that has to go back a long, long time. I personally don't see him getting anywhere near the punishment people think they will. So, Premier League are kind of on a hide into nothing. Joe says, Key, I seen a thing saying we've had 32 injuries this season. Eddie can't control that. Keep the faith. Yeah, it's been bad. Very bad. PDM says one is definitely worse. Timbo says wait for the headline now. Keith Thomas. Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I think if you're desperately searching for that sort of then it's easy to make it, isn't it? Colin says I think so too, but Spurs losing would make it pretty much mathematically safe for Leeds. Fulham again, just opening the door at the back here. So bad from Fulham. Defensively, they're just all over the place. Photography by DMC, I think the worst thing they get is a heavy fine and a suspended transfer ban. I mean, yeah, probably. The only thing that they're definitely guilty of is the refusal to cooperate. That's it. Jellyfish with City, it's like you've done something wrong and you're waiting at home for the fine to come through the door, so it's a waiting period, but they are guaranteed guilty. I think that's why they won't get found guilty, though, because people have made their minds up that they're guilty. That you can't get you're not going to get a fair trial, you would argue, because the court of public opinion has already found them guilty. So City can argue mistrial, lots of things. I'm sure very expensive lawyers, far more intelligent than you or I, will be able to find all sorts of reasons why City won't get punished in as much of a way as you might think. Sonny Stewart, can't believe the Arsenal are winning. They've not like really had much to play against. Fulham have been really, really poor. They've done. Listen, you can only beat who's in front of you. And the first goal was really, really good for Arsenal. But yeah, Fulham have been dreadful. Like truly, truly dreadful today. It's going to be a free kick to Arsenal. Tottenham to help Liverpool gamer. Tony, off out for some beers, Kate. It's my mate's birthday. All the best. Take it easy, Tony. Yeah, see you soon, buddy. Have a good one. Have a nice night. Can they just hurry up with the City division? That's what's pissing people off. The City decision, yeah, I would imagine so. They need to get it sorted, but I think apparently it's already been done. Apparently the City decision has already been sorted. They're just waiting to the end of the season to announce it. You know. Shahid, let's see what happens against Atletico Madrid on Tuesday night. Might be a different story. Well, Atletico will put up a hell of a lot more fight than Fulham will anyway. Definitely a lot more of a fight than Fulham. Fulham have been so bad. This has got to be up there. Listen, I know a few Fulham fans who've come in the chat and stuff over the last few months, but I really don't know how... If you're a Fulham fan and you're watching this, like... This has got to be up there with one of your worst performances in a while. I know it's Arsenal and I know they're a good side, but come on. Come on. Timbo, what are you having for dinner, Key? I've just had a butter chicken. Ooh, I'd love a butter chicken. I'd love some sort of a curry tonight. I don't know, maybe I will venture. Maybe I will have a curry tonight, who knows. City will be more effed if UAE end up badly damaged or regime changed by the war in Iraq. Well, yeah, that as well. That as well. Hopefully Gyökeres scores another to get his first hat-trick for Arsenal. Has he not already got a hat-trick? Does he not got one already? I'm sure he has. Legendary Yeti. Why do you hate Arsenal so much? I don't hate Arsenal at all, mate. I just don't want you to win the league. I say that every time, but the answer's not going to change. I don't hate Arsenal. I just don't want you to win the league. But I think you will. Craig, we're just totally outplaying them. Shit or good, they can't deal with this intensity. I don't disagree, but the intensity is irrelevant because Fulham, I don't think they could deal with the intensity of a gnat's fart today. They've been that bad. So Arsenal, you kind of have to balance the two. Have Arsenal played well? Yeah, they played well. They played better. I think Fulham have been really, really poor though. Like really, really poor. They've not had a chance in the game. They've barely been able to string two passes together. It's just been a dreadful, dreadful performance. So you kind of have to acknowledge both. Have Arsenal played better? Yeah, of course they have. But, you know, the opposition I think does matter. Timbo called me a conspiracy theorist, but the City players leaving at the end of the season suggests they may not be sticking around for the aftermath. There's not that many leaving though, is there? Who's leaving? Stones and Bernardo Silva. I thought that was it. There's only them two in there. Don't think there's any more. Not as far as I'm aware, anyway. I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of. Hopefully this is the confidence boost we need to nudge us over the line. I personally still think you will win it, mate. For what it's worth, I think you will win it. Yeah. I do. I think you will end up winning it. I hope you don't, but I do think Arsenal win it in the end. Jimmy, what's the tattoo say, Key? Arteta out, it says. Hi, honest answer, please. How much does it pain you to see Arsenal win? 7.4. Yeah. Joe, for God's sake, Key, you're forgetting you have to say Arsenal like 1970s Brazil. Oh, Sweet Lord. How did I not say it? Alfie, this is the Arsenal we need every game. I think if it was, then you'd probably have less, I think most people would really want Arsenal to win the league if they just played a little bit like this for the vast majority of the season. They don't. Young D, who cares about what you think? You. You're here talking to me. You. Femsal, Arsenal win it in the end. Thanks, Key. Like you more. Cheers, man. Appreciate that. I would question whether or not if I said I think City will win it, that would mean you don't like me as much. Yeah, sad. Photography, who's worse, football content creator, LFC owner, Jonathan Morley. I don't watch either, mate. I don't watch either, and no knocking to anyone who does. That's good luck to him. Good luck to him. But I don't really have time to watch either. So yeah, good luck to him. Jasmine, so your punditry is Fulham are so bad they've gifted Arsenal. Is this a conspiracy? Have Fulham been paid off? Well, I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that Arsenal have gifted Arsenal. Sorry, I didn't say that Fulham have gifted Arsenal, but they've made it very, very easy. Fulham have been dreadful today. Luke says, normally I would say the Champions League, but we have been on top such a long time, would hurt not to win it now. Yeah, listen, I'm pretty confident Arsenal will win the league. Just because I think City will drop points in one game, maybe, between now and the end of the season. I think Arsenal will as well, so it might well come down to goal difference. Hi, why do you rather City win than Arsenal? Because they play better football, and this is the first time, I think, all season we've actually seen Arsenal play any, decent football recently, and that's only really because of the fact that it's Fulham, and they've been really bad. It's easy to play good football against teams who don't press, give you the ball back every time they win it back off you, and don't really present any threat in the opposition half. It's been a very, very comfortable game for Arsenal. Fulham have made it incredibly comfortable. So comfortable. Busy Blazing Hayes says, who has the harder games left? They're all difficult. There's no such thing as an easy game in the Prem. Whoa, David Raya. Tell you what, David Raya, given it so comfortable. They've had some wobbles in this game, Arsenal, haven't they? City of Northville, any comment on the accusations that I've just made up that you were paid by City's lawyers to soften their image with comparisons to Arsenal ahead of sentencing? I have no comment. No comment. We'll go no comment on that. I'll plead the fifth. Plead the fifth. Oh, excuse me. Busy says, sounds like you said this one has been easy though. It has been easy, not the fixture. The fixture's not easy. The game, the performance from Fulham has been dreadful. So it has been an easy game for Arsenal to win. I'm not saying you can't then look at a fixture because you don't know how they're going to turn up. You don't know what Burnley might turn up like, for example. I'm sure Burnley will be a breeze as well. Kai says, surely you want new winners. City every year is more boring than a defensive side winning it. Well, if in your opinion, I think City should win it because I think they've been the best side. They play the best football. Just Arsenal will win it, probably because they're the more effective and take fewer risks. Here's Eze. Inside, big chance, should be. Poor that. Very, very poor from Gabriel Jesus. Timbo, I heard Key was Klopp's source of asthma pumps. Whoa. A goal for Fulham would swing the title race right back to City as they'd only be 3 goals behind. City are going to have to do something against Everton, like put 4 or 5 past them, which would be a joy. Honestly, on Monday Night Football, I'd love that. I would love to see it. Love to see it. City of Northville, if City isn't the better side, why do they always clean Arsenal's clock? Hey. Leighton, what are we saying about Arsenal's performance today, Key? Any good words for once? I've said lots of good words, mate, yeah. Lots and lots of good words, lots of positive words about Arsenal's performance. Welshwing says, surprise, surprise, Madueke comes on and our attacking flow stops. That's a bit harsh. That is a little bit harsh. PDM says, I heard Key was Klopp's anger management coach. That was very true. That is very true. Alf says, I'm an Arsenal fan, but God, our fans take stuff to heart. Yeah. Yeah, very, very defensive. Very defensive. Madueke is yet another player Arsenal fans thanked us for before realising why we weren't asked about them leaving. 50 million's a lot of money for him. They could have gone and got... I mean, if you think about another maybe 10-15 million, might well get you Jan Diamand. That probably gets you not much more than that. Probably gets you Bradley Barcola. It's crazy, isn't it? But then again, they only want him as backup to Saka. So... if he's willing to accept being back up to Saka for 50 million quid, that just shows that Arsenal have spent far more money than anyone else. That's why Arsenal are where they are and why Arsenal should win the league and probably will win the league. Kai, how come you celebrate when Arsenal concede and beg for VAR when they score if you don't hate them? Because I don't want them to win the league. How hard is this to understand? Oh, sweet Jesus. AJ City fan, 56 people watching. Is it worth it? Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely it's worth it. Absolutely. Love it to bits, mate. Watching footy. You can't beat it. Hate watch isn't going well this game. Hey, listen, you don't watch them all for whether Arsenal lose. I watch them whether they win, lose or draw, mate. I mean, to be fair, I don't even watch Arsenal all the games, but... don't watch it just to see him lose. Just love watching footy. Iriola's last home game for Bournemouth is against City. Iriola, I'm not that certain he's a really good manager anyway, to be honest. Madhouse, I'm still here. Sod the game. Good lad, Madhouse. M. Turiqua, how are you feeling? I am very good, sir. Yeah, really good. Thank you. How are you? Brothers, why do so many people struggle to understand there's a difference from hating a club and disliking the way they play? Because they're just not very mature, a lot of them. A lot of them are kids, so I can't really hold too much against them. They're just kids. They're kids, or they've got the IQ of a puddle. It's one of the two. And either way, it would be harsh to be really, unkind to them if they come in and they go, why'd you hate us so much? I don't hate you, I just don't like the way you play football, that's it. Simple, really simple. And that's why a lot of people don't like Arsenal and why they don't want them to win the league. That's all it is. It's not an agenda, just don't like them, that's it. Strike, over the bar, corner, there you go. Riggers, typical Liverpool fan, has no idea about football. Iriola's done a brilliant job. Again, didn't say that. Didn't say he's not done a brilliant job. Didn't say he's not done a brilliant job. I don't understand. Wait, are these people... Mate, you've got two of these for listening, one of these for talking. You're supposed to do twice as much listening as you do talking. Come on. Up there for thinking, down there for dancing. PDM says, let's get this straight, people. You don't want Arsenal to win as you don't like their style of play. You prefer City to win as they play better football than Arsenal. That's it. I know some very smart puddles. City of Northville could be both. Not all kids are intelligent. Well, yeah, listen, maybe. I don't know. But you do believe we will win. It's that simple. I do, yes. I do think Arsenal will win the league at the end of it. I don't want you to win. I don't enjoy your style of football. But do I think you'll win? Yes. Strike! Oh, David Raya. Unlucky. So close. So close. Would you say Raya is the best keeper in the Prem at the moment? No. No, I think he's been a bit of a liability at times. Connor, how's it going, lad? Good to see you. Sarah says, Luke more like Beavis and Butthead. The parents are siblings. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. M. Turikwa, how can you say no? Very easily. The words just roll off the tongue very easily. Just say no. I don't think he's the best keeper in the league at the minute. But it's very, very upsetting for a lot of Arsenal fans. Heaven forbid. M. Turikwa, who has the most clean sheets? Again, that's not a reflection of the best goalkeeper, is it? Just because the best goalkeeper doesn't always get the most clean sheets. You do realise that. Come on. That's a sign of a defence consistently playing risk-averse football. That's nothing to do with the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper's one part of an entire team that's defending. And defending very, very deep as well. Raya is the best keeper in the world. Okay. Hey, do you know what? It's your opinion, mate. You're entitled to your opinion. I don't think anyone else would feel that way, but good luck to you. Kai says, I'm an Arsenal fan, and even though Raya has made amazing saves, I think Donnarumma is just clear. I mean, Donnarumma's won, yeah? As much as I don't want to jinx it, but Tuesday, if we lose to Atletico Madrid, I wonder how many people will be in the chat still who are Arsenal fans. I mean, they come in at the moments, don't they? They come in when they're winning, they come out when they're losing, and, you know, they always tend to flock in when there's a win for Arsenal. Good luck to them. They always disappear, though, when they have a few bad weeks or whatever. A couple of bad games, they don't come in. Butch Jonah, the Villa keeper's better. Yeah, I think Martinez would be another one I would put up there ahead of Raya. Alisson is still better than Raya, in my opinion. That's not even in my opinion, he is. Alisson's, if he's fit. He's not been unfit for a large part of the season, but he has had a few times where he's had, you know, a couple of weeks, couple of months out collectively, let's say. But yeah, Alisson's still better than David Raya. That's not even close. Martinelli moving to PSG. Maybe. Buyo says, hello everyone. I've had dreadlocks for the past 8 years and tomorrow I'm finally cutting them off. I'm super excited because I even forgot how I look without them. Nice, enjoy. Well, good luck to you, mate. Enjoy cutting them off. 10 out of 10 title defence. Again, just not very smart, this stuff. Alf says, heard Gordon could be going to Bayern. Avram says, why Calafiori goal disallowed? Because he was offside. Jack says, let's be honest, he's not going to say anything good about an Arsenal player. Said lots of good things about Arsenal players. Jurriën Timber is world class, one of my favourite players. Think he's fantastic. So yeah, no, that's just totally false. Said Bukayo Saka was brilliant when he scored the first goal today. But again, that doesn't suit your agenda, so no, we probably just ignore that. Do you think Bayern will be a good move for Gordon? Yes. Josh says, Martinez better than Raya. Yeah, that's why he's at Aston Villa. Good joke, though. Hang on a minute. Because he's at Aston Villa. That's like saying Morgan Rogers isn't better than Odegaard because he's at Villa. That's a weird logic. That's a very, very weird logic. But hey, to each their own. Joe Jr., I'm a United fan. Liverpool still have a better first 11 than Arsenal. I think if we put our first 11 fully fit out, then yeah, we'd probably have a comparable first 11 to Arsenal. The problem is our bench is shocking. Welshwing says, yes, the same Alisson that bundled over Bernardo Silva and decided to play striker v City and give them hope in the title race. You know, I know you say like David Raya's not had a few howlers himself this season. This charming Dan Key, you need to get your reason for wanting City to win the Prem over Arsenal printed on a sign. Then when you get asked, just hold it up. Yeah, silently for 10 seconds. Yeah, I might do that. Yeah, we'll do that. Why not? Can Gakpo win the Ballon d'Or? Yes, of course he can. Of course he can. Josh, if he's good, he'd be at a top side. Simple to understand, mate. I mean, Villa might win more European trophies this year than Arsenal have in the last God knows how long. So, he's a World Cup winner. I think that's harsh. But hey, whatever, to each their own. Robert Sanchez is better than Raya, and you all know it. Right, hang on. Let me just sort this out a second. Oi, 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 oi. Hello from India, says Adil Yatov. How you going, mate? Darman should focus on his GCSEs. Charles Glover says, same old Arsenal, always cheating. Captain Drive Smart, would love to meet you, but you don't go to matches, do you? No, don't go to matches. We'll never go to matches. Unless my little girl asks me to take her back, but no. Been to matches many, many years. All over Europe. No desire to go back. Jordan Key, did you ever see Arsenal win the Prem before, or are you too young? Yeah, grew up watching Arsenal win the Prem in the 90s and in the noughties. The early noughties Arsenal side was incredible. Yeah, grew up watching Arsenal win the league. Loved watching Arsenal win the league because it invariably meant that United didn't. So I was made up when Arsenal won the league. Timbo Martinez is at Villa because he became good at an older age, and top clubs always go for the younger option. Again, you don't even need to say that. People with a working brain know that to be the case. Beast, know how old is your little one? She's 5, mate. Yeah, she's 5. So maybe when she's a little bit older, she might fancy going to the footy. And if she does, then I'll be made up. But if she doesn't, then that's fine too. I don't even know, since most Prem managers would have won the league with Arsenal by last week. Yes, absolutely. Beast, no time for another. That's the plan, yes. Assuming everything goes to plan, then maybe. Maybe we will. What if she asks you for an Everton shirt one day? If she does, I'm not asked. I'll give her an Everton shirt. If she wants an Everton shirt, she can have an Everton shirt. I'll just let her know, politely, she's signing up to a life of disappointment. And do you know what? And there's Everton fans who'll agree with you. There's an Everton fans who'll say, God, no, Christ, it's borderline child abuse if you give her an Everton shirt. So no, I can't give her an Everton shirt. If she wants one, she can have one. If she's got, she grows up and she's got a crush on whoever that version of Jack Grealish will be in 15 years, or I don't know, then maybe. PDM says, my girlfriend is currently 39 weeks pregnant, and the patience is worse than waiting for Arsenal to win another trophy. Mate, congratulations. If I've not, I think we've already talked about this, haven't we? So, yeah, congratulations, and it's the best feeling in the world. Literally the best feeling in the world. Joe Jr., even though you hate United, can't help but watch your streams. Listen, we're all football fans. I'm just hoping United gets stuffed tomorrow, and I hope United gets stuffed every week. And same with Everton. And use up the same for us. So, let's be honest about it. That's how it is. We love watching footy. Beast, no, a 3.5-year-old boy, almost a 2-year-old girl and a boy on the way. What have I done? You've outnumbered yourself. That's what you've done. But at least, saying that, you'll have 2 boys who'll take care of your girl. And that's the main thing. She'll be very, very well looked after as she gets older. Although saying that, if she's anything like my girl, she'll be looking after them. Lads are stupid growing up, aren't they? If anything, it's the girls who need. It's the girls who end up looking after the lads. Madhouse, the banter's great. No worries, Key. PDM says, yes, mate, we have spoke about it. Thanks for the kind words. If I'm not here on Tuesday, you'll know why at least. Well, hey, fingers crossed. It's a quick, smooth, pain-free as possible birth. Anyway, Timbo says, if Key's daughter dates an Everton player, I reckon Key disowns her. Joe Jr., it's annoying that I love so many of your takes. I can't hate on you. Oh, nah, come on. Of course you can. You can definitely hate. Definitely hate a little bit. Richard Kennedy, how do you think my daughter feels her middle name is Grace Goodison Kennedy after our old stadium? Oh, God. Well, yeah, that's not a terrible... I mean, you're kind of putting it on her. She can't be a Liverpool supporter with a name like Grace Goodison. Where is Arteta in your top 3 managers now? I mean, you're already assuming he's in my top 3 managers. He's not. He's not in my top 3 managers. I don't even know, says Arsenal have really showed why we are the most hated Premier League club in the second half. Bayern would have went for 5 more. It's just been garbage. Fulham again. Like, what is going on here, Fulham? What on earth is going on? Jimmy says, calling my daughter's middle name Emirates. Joe Jr., I've got 2 girls. They already hate everyone apart from United. Good. You're training them well then. That's the best. If they're going to be United fans, make them, ardent United fans. They hate City, hate Liverpool, love it. That's what it's about. That's it. Timbo, everyone likes Key. He's a fairly decent guy. Very much alleged. Still yet to be proven that. Kenyan charts. Why so much hate towards Arsenal? Oh, I don't know. Let's give him the... What's one of the accusations I've had? An Arsenal fan bullied me when I was a kid. An Arsenal fan stole my girl. It's one of them. Pick any of them. It's definitely not just that I loathe the way you play football. It's definitely something to do with, being bullied by an Arsenal fan or... Right, come on. How long have we got left in this? I'm falling asleep here. I'm falling asleep. Truth is, Arteta took his girlfriend when he was younger. I mean, I don't know how old Arteta is. He's like 10 years older than me, isn't he? So I don't know. I don't know if he's got them sort of tendencies. I wouldn't like to assume. Drifter Damo, falling asleep. Stop hate watching then. Nah. I enjoy it. I like it. Josh, Jimmy, you'd have to have a girl for that to happen. Whoa. Happily married man. Married man. I'm only kidding, love, if you're listening. I hope your girl doesn't have the same attitude as mine. PDM says Key hates Arsenal. As an Arsenal fan, did not hold his space in the queue when he forgot to grab his milk. I'm terrified of the teenage years. Do you know what? We got a head start on the teenage years, to be honest, because my wife's little sister came and lived with us for a short spell. So she came when she was like 12, and we looked after her for a few years. So I've done the parenting of a teenage... Well, not parenting would be a stretch, but you know what I mean. I've lived with my wife and her little sister for 4 or 5 years until... We've done the parenting bit for that section of life before I did the toddler bit. So maybe the hard bit's over. Timbo says, I heard Sol Campbell pushed in front of him at Tesco and Keys held a grudge ever since. 3-star Reds, I wanted my sister to name my nephew after previous Forest gaffers. She told me the vicar said we only have the church for 30 minutes. Oh, goodness me. Peter Pan, Booty Man, how you married? I ask myself that every single day. Every single day. Downham is different gravy. Unbelievable talent. He's, fabulous. Fabulous, isn't he, Max Darman? Incredible player. Don't know how he doesn't go to the World Cup. Shahid, I'm sorry, I fell asleep in the second half. Any interesting happen, guys? No, not really. No, it's a standard Arsenal performance. Night all required. Joe Jr. can't... people talk about teenagers, but kids between 2 and 5 are awful. They're hard work. They're hard work at every age to some degree, but, if you've got a wife like mine, you're very lucky. She does a lot of running around, and Yeah, she's a great mum. Reese, my God, the forced hate is funny as fuck. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it then. Sarah, teenage girls are better than teenage boys. Oh my God. Please don't clip that up. I was reading a comment. It wasn't me. I was reading a comment. Kai says you complimented Diamond, but you didn't call him the next Messi. Yeah, sorry. Apologies. He is unbelievable. Jellyfish, another bore fest by Arsenal. I'm sorry, people. Listen, I try and pick good games, and we had a great one earlier with Wrexham. I'm not going to do, by the way, the Barcelona game. The Barcelona game, we're going to have to skip. I will be back tomorrow for 2 games. Obviously, the Liverpool game tomorrow. Man United against Liverpool tomorrow at 3 o'clock. I'll be live for that one. 3:30 kickoff, and then I'll be live straight after that for Villa against Tottenham. Come on, Spuds. Oh, Sarah, I'm not even reading that comment. I can't even read that second comment. If I read that comment after the first one, no chance. Can't do it. Joe Jr., Key, I'm off. Another top stream. Take it easy. Have a good one, mate. See you soon. Jimmy, which Monday game are you watching? 3 games on Monday. Chelsea v Forest, followed by Hearts Rangers. Hearts could win their first SPL title in 66 years. Derek McInnes. Come on, the Jambos. So, yeah, we'll be watching Hearts Rangers 5:30. And then on the 8 o'clock kickoff, Monday, is Man City away at Everton. So we're watching them 3 on Monday. Jimmy, my lad, is ASD and ODD. It's next level parenting on hard mode, but it's worth it. I was going to say, mate, that's very, very difficult. But also, like, we've got family with similar sort of parenting challenges. Maybe not quite the same, but similar challenges, and it can be quite rewarding. But I absolutely get what you're saying in terms of how difficult it is. I would never be able to understand because I don't have that. I've not lived that journey, mate. But I totally empathise. But it's must be difficult, but also quite rewarding. If again, I don't know. I don't know what your experience of it is, but with a similar experience my family have had, it can be quite rewarding. PDM, come on, Hull, win the playoffs. Sarah, why are you not doing the Barca game? Technical issue. Technical issue with Disney Plus. Thanks, brother. No, thanks to you, mate. Really appreciate you coming in, as always. Brasball says, if West Ham stays up and Millwall get promoted, it'll be spicy. Very spicy. How many extra minutes? We got 4 added minutes, by the way, sorry. Shahid says, statistically, teenage... we need to veer off this subject now. I can't keep saying stuff like that, because I'm definitely going to get cancelled. I'm definitely going to get cancelled. Less the Chinese. Fucking hell. Yeah, I was going to do Osasuna Barcelona, but I'm gonna have to miss it. Technical issues. He's been rustled. Yeah, I've been rumbled. Felix Jimbro. What? Are you going to jiggle the bottle in front of the lens? Ooh, too bad. Oh, Felix. Joe Key's going to be one of them videos. I'm going to lose my job. Yeah. I'm going to lose my job. Now I'm panicking. Would you name a kid after the Liverpool player? My son's name is Dennis Thierry Ian Williams. Yeah, I think I would name my kid after the Liverpool player. It'd have to be one that's already finished, just in case they do something ridiculous. But yeah, I absolutely would. My dad did. He named my big brother after the Liverpool player. Yeah. Let me guess, that was a pen. It wasn't a pen. No, I didn't even give you the energy of saying it was a pen. I knew that it wasn't a pen. It was never a pen. Timbo says, my son is called Didier Frank John Slice. Yeah. Our Virgil. We'll have our Virgil maybe next year. We'll see. PDM, I'm going to head off now, mate. Got some stuff to do, and it's pouring down here too. If I'm not here tomorrow for Liverpool v United, I'll be in Tuesday. Take it easy, Kian chat. Take it easy, lad. Thank you very much. Appreciate everyone in the chats. Madhouse Key is named after Keegan. No, not that type. No, my big brother. My big brother was named after a famous Liverpool player. Liam says, I've enjoyed this game. Well, the parts I've watched is in the first half and the last 4 minutes. The rest of it was sleep medication. Yeah, I mean, the first half was quite good. First half was quite good from an Arsenal point of view. They played well. Fulham have been dreadful. Like, truly, truly dreadful. Key is your brother a Liverpool fan too? He doesn't really like football, my big brother. Yeah, he's not really a massive football fan. I mean, he'll watch it, but he's not really, don't really like sports, our kid. Nah, he's more interested in, like, he likes his cars and stuff like that. Liam Payne just woke up, Key, how's the game? It's football, yeah. There's not really a lot going on. Fulham have just been Fulham. Key's named Key after his dad's favourite pastime at Glastonbury. Now. Key was named after Michelle Keegan. Attractive name for an attractive guy. I felt even a bit cringy saying that. At least you're not named after Danny Shitu. Yeah, definitely could have been some bad ones. Just can't give Arsenal credit, can you? I said Arsenal played well. I don't know what you're looking for. Sure, just nobody's satisfied unless I say they played like Brazil of the 70s. Arsenal played well and they can only beat who's in front of them. But Fulham played like a Sunday League side. That is all I've said. Arsenal get credit. They have played well today. They've played better. But Fulham have been god-awful. Can we please just say that? Because they have. Right. Full time. It is over. Arsenal have gone 6 points clear and 3 goals, which may be important in the end of the title race here. Might just be important come the end of the season. They are now plus 41, while City remain on plus 37. Obviously, City have 2 games in hand. City have got to play Everton away. They've got to play Brentford. They've got to play Palace, Bournemouth and Aston Villa. And Aston Villa, when they do play them, Villa might well be in a European final at that point. So you'll have to wait and see. But I still think City will give it a good go. I still think Arsenal will win the league. But I'm still rooting for City. Right. Thank you, everyone in the chat. If you've not already, do us a favour. Leave a like, hit subscribe. I will catch you all tomorrow for Manchester United against Liverpool. 3 o'clock. Oh, I'm nervy for that one. See you all soon. Take it easy. Have a nice night. Ta-da.